All right, welcome to Make HOAG Money. It's October 20th, 2022. Thanks for joining me. I need your help today. Let's take a look at the situation here. The CFTC disclaimer, we should know it, we should love it, we should read it. It says that there's a lot of risk and we should only use risk capital, which is money you can afford to lose. Not going to be suggesting anybody does anything that we're doing today. I'm not suggesting anything. This is your thing. Let's find out who's going to help us this morning. And here's the basic rules of Make HOAG Money. Of course, we expect kindness and respect above everything. There's going to be differences of opinion in markets. That's what makes them so wonderful. You can have a couple of people unable to talk, and everybody's going to be involved with the decision making. Of course, context of your trade is going to be helpful. Those of you in the Zoom meeting will be able to vote. We're going to use the chat room to discuss trades on YouTube. You can also discuss trades in the chat. I will try and keep an eye on both of them. We're going to use the polling system in Zoom to vote for trades. We're going to be focusing for now on the mini S&Ps for opportunities. We are not going to trade just to trade. No losing trades will be allowed, which is, of course, a joke. Losing trades are part of trading. We have to accept and move on. And, of course, feedback on this is vital. Next week, Monday and Wednesday at 2 to 3, we're going to be doing Make HOAG Money as well. So we're going to catch the openings on Tuesdays and Thursdays and the closes on Mondays and Wednesdays. Let's hope we pick the right days. All right, here we go. Here's the platform. Here's what we're looking at. Typically, we start to think about taking an opening range trade, which usually doesn't seem to work, but when they do work, they're usually very fruitful. Do we want to think about taking one? Anybody that wants to join me? Yes, make money. There you go, Shaw. That's a good one. It's good to see everybody. Bob, Vince, Shakir, Joe D, Sean, Michael, Rian, and Shaw. Good to see everybody here. Thank you again for joining. And who is going to be the victim? Who is going to be talking and discussing ideas? I see my brother's here. I'm not going to give him a chance. I'm going to make him talk today no matter what, unless he really doesn't want to, of course. And we're going to see what we've got. Do we think about taking the opening range trade? Do we dare? Here's the poll. Take it or not. Yes, 1. No, 2. I mean, we're right in the middle of the overnight. We're right in the middle of yesterday's range. Doesn't seem like a very good idea to me. We have Travis thinking it'll be too whippy around 3,700, which is basically the half back from the overnight. Point of control from the overnight's here. Point of control from yesterday's right in that neighborhood. Doesn't seem like a very good high target area for an execution to me either. Here he is. What's happening? What's happening, Mortimer?
What's going on, Moneybags?
Yeah. How are you?
Doing okay.
Good. Yeah, you slept in yesterday. Or was that Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah. A little Monday night drinking?
What's that?
A little Monday night drinking?
No.
Ah.
Staying up late watching
Watching Netflix?
The Watcher. Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
Very good.
All right, well, we're not taking the opening range trade. Watch it work. Here's the results. 79% no.
I think it's gonna be a chop fest.
Yeah. So I think we'll see if we can establish some sort of early range and see what we see there.
I mean, there's money to be made. You just got to be really selective. Put the daily on the left, would you, John?
Here's the daily. So this was Tuesday. We're opening our weekly kickoff high within 3 ticks of it, and we missed it.
Yeah, and Wednesday looks a little similar.
Wednesday, yep. Yep, in the opposite direction.
Go out a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So
So
that 3600 area is key.
the bottoms of these candle bodies.
Down there, yeah. Look at all those bottoms.
Yeah, this excess that we left last Thursday to me is really important.
Yep. It came right back quickly. That candle.
Yep. Excess.
The wick, yeah.
Price got too cheap. Buyers just took over.
S&P's like round numbers, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, they do like they like we call them big fat round numbers.
And everybody knows that, though. So.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Here's the 30. It looks a little busy. It's because we've got that VWAP on there. I can take that off if it's annoying.
That chart you had on the morning forecast, the tops.
Yes. Oh, the profiles?
Yeah, I'm watching that.
Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, week high yesterday. Week overnight low.
Might want to go with a breakout either way.
I know, but the problem is that makes for a very boring make HOAG money.
Why don't you could show a movie on the side or something?
Yeah, right? Right?
Trading places.
There you go. Where the hell is Beaks?
In the corner of the OJ market.
Yeah. Travis, it's demanding entertainment. I can maybe juggle a little bit, a little juggling.
You couldn't juggle if you had to.
You're right. I'm not a very good juggler. Joe D is talking about that 3,600 level, Rick, in the chat. Says
Yeah,
it's a huge put position, which acts as major inflection point, called the put wall.
It's called fail.
Yeah. Shaz, that's a good suggestion. Unfortunately, I have a commitment at 9:30 that I have, but we can always change things around a little bit. It was, kind of thought that we'd like to see the open for make HOAG money, just in case there was some decent opportunity. And obviously today, we're right in the middle of the overnight range. We're right in the middle of yesterday's range. This is not going to be a prime location for us to be looking for opportunities in our time frame. Shorter time frames, maybe there would be some decent opportunities that I'm sure our good friend Ben would be able to find. He's not here today. At least I don't see him yet. But there's always something. But it's not in my time frame to be trading in the middle of the range, looking for short time frame opportunities on a short time frame chart.
More earnings tonight.
Earnings. We have CSX Railroad. That might be an interesting one. But Snap and Whirlpool. Whirlpool, of course, a manufacturer of durable goods.
Yeah. You haven't said existing home sales at 10?
Yeah,
Nine?
yep, 9 o'clock.
9 or 10?
Yep. Yep, existing home sales.
There could be a little speed bump.
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking for 100,000 fewer than last month. But that's still, that's a lot. Last month, there was 4.8 million existing home sales.
With rates over 7%, though, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, the average, I think, yours we saw earlier this week was just under 7%.
Yeah. I saw the 10-year came down a little bit.
Yeah, the rate.
Yeah.
4.16.
I'm sure, 112.63 in the DXY.
Ah, there's Ben. Ben, we were just talking, since we're so centrally located inside the middle of the overnight and in yesterday's range, in my time frame, there's nothing for me to do here. But in your time frame, you're seeing some things. Do you feel like chatting? Totally understandable if you don't. All right, Ben.
That 3680 level, you could take a position there and then stop below the low.
Below yesterday's low and the overnight low.
To trade.
Right.
All right, good morning. Hello.
Hey, Ben, how are you?
All righty.
All right, we are open. We're good, man. We're good. We've opted out of the opening range trade today because of the location of where we are.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea.
Let's see what happens here, though. $98. 6 points. This is the 1 minute chart, and it points out the high and the low of the first minute of trade, which is what I call the opening range. There's lots of folks that look at the opening range in different time frames, but all right, the opening range is
narrow
in 6 points. Okay, we would be long right now if we took it. But again, we're right in the middle of the range. Seems low probability.
I have a couple thoughts.
Okay, go for it.
Doesn't mean it's going to manifest in any immediate trade. I think the whole patience thing will pay off. We have an hour, and then we have news at 10, so it might be a better shot at doing anything more than trying to take some small bites.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my let's see how I do this. Share.
Do you want to share?
Yes, please.
Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Keaton. Mike H. Don't really look at the Russell all that much. I've been an S&P guy for a long time. All righty.
So we're looking at the overnight split out here, and one of the things I want to bring in real quick is the fact that we came about this regular trading hours from 8:30 Central to 3 Central. I'm on Eastern time, and I'm trying to put it in the Chicago time frame here. We came above the 20 moving average, which is the red line here.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is typical behavior. Once we got above and hold above it, then maybe comes down and goes a little bit of, I don't like the word test, but, goes below it here. And I think this is, if there's going to be more downside, we need to start seeing whatever time frame you're on, bars closing below that 20 moving average. Now, incidentally,
And can you tell us where that is right now?
yeah, I'm moving into that. So right
Got
now
it.
it's at 32, 36.82. It was at 36.86, just slightly. You know, it's going to keep changing. I put it on the chart here, and I'm going to keep watching it here. But we have, you know, our overnight low and yesterday's low, which are the poor low together. They're below that, you know. So if we do get down there, which I'm thinking maybe the odds are right now we won't because of just the way things are. I mean, I'm just favoring because we're above the 20,
Right.
you know, and holding the last 2 days that we may not get down there even. So another thing I wanted to point out, we had news at 8:30, and we came outside of yesterday's value area. I count sometimes the overnight TPOs, and so we came back in. So I'm looking at the special situation has been in play, and we didn't stop one time framing down right here. And you can see I got a bunch of roadmaps on here. Got the settle, got the close, got the that'd be 3 o'clock close central pivot point, you know, and it didn't take this out. So that would indicate maybe if we don't take that out, we might be coming back down to get to the value area low. That's still, you know, still above that 20 moving average.
Sure.
But in a sense, we kind of, I mean, we came within spitting distance of it already. So I don't know if that's still, but I will say that if we stop one-time framing, that might mean a change, and it could be an opportunity to get long in here for maybe some short covering from that news event down. I don't know. I don't kind of rapid fire here. I'm just kind of covering.
No, that's good. That's good.
One thing though that's very important again that bids for patience is that look at all these anomalies overnight. Total indecision, real sloppy. Value is not much changed from yesterday, and you know, value yesterday was just overlapping to lower. We got anomalies yesterday. We've got anomalies in this unreclaimed area in the overnight from Tuesday night, and then you know we've got this little bitty excess high up here that's not been taken back either. So I don't know, balancing to the upside is sort of where I'm favoring at the moment. But if we do get below the value area low or move down here, I'm just looking at possibly a, you know, rejection. I'd be looking for it to turn around at some point, you know. I mean, I have some more ideas in this. I just want to point out that 20 moving average and the one-time framing and possible move to the value area low that's underway right now.
So how do you see value area low, and which value area low are you looking at? The overnight?
Okay, so if you can see, hopefully the monitor color settings are the white right here. This is volume, and it's sort of gray shaded in the letters. And I have it also marked with the white lines here.
Okay, so the regular trading hours, the letters are grayed. That's inside value.
Yes, sir.
What about the overnight?
Overnight, it's purple.
Purple. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to clean this chart up before next week.
Well, you got value low from your overnight at basically your moving average there.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I don't know. And then this purple line right here is the contract volume point of control. So all the volume, cumulative volume for the whole contract. This is updated daily. This is the contract, so we can expect some chop in here usually. So I would say no matter what happens, it's going to be choppy.
Yeah.
So like to try to take a directional move, I think you need some more information, you know. But the way I trade, like, you know, maybe trading a bounce here for anywhere from 3 ticks to 2 points would be something I might do, you know. I'm sitting tight this morning. I kind of screwed up myself yesterday, but yeah, I think just letting it shake out, talking about things like this is probably more valuable than sitting in a trade and you know,
yeah, just with no real reason.
yeah. So I'll give it back now until I think of something else to share.
All right, thank you. Here we go, and here we go. So value area low from the overnight is showing here, and this is the micros. Here's the E-mini S&Ps value. I don't have the value. I don't have the overnight on this one, but we're getting pretty close to value area low from the regular trading hour session yesterday. We know that we have a week low, overnight low, yesterday's low, week. Rick and I were talking about this area down here being prime for an opportunity just because it's cheap. But Ben, what would you think if we did get down there? Would you look for a move through the overnight low and then to come back into it before looking for a long there?
Yeah, because you don't know how far it's gonna fall. You know, I mean, I do see a pivot. S1 is at let's see, 36.75 quarter. So it might want to come to that or a little bit through before bouncing back in. I would wait for it to come back in.
Yeah.
Come back in.
Yeah.
You know, it might go 4 points. It might go 3 ticks below that overnight low. You know.
Yeah, I mean, look at this was the other day, and when price finally did take a look down below the overnight low, it came back in and gave a nice opportunity. It's one of my faves is the breakout outside the overnight and then the fail, which we had such a sweet opportunity on Tuesday, which we completely missed. 37.80 was weekly kickoff high. We took out the high of the overnight just by a few ticks, couldn't hold it up against a major inflection level. We should have been selling with both hands up there, and we just kind of missed it. It's because Rick wasn't here.
Yeah.
It's because you weren't here.
Yeah. Bad Rick.
I'm going to blame you.
Bad Randolph.
So yeah, it is choppy and kind of whippy here, isn't it?
The chop fest. We had 20 minutes to the home sales.
Well, Rick, can you sing a few songs for us or something?
Need some Jeopardy music.
I was going to see if you'd sing a few songs for us. Hum a few bars. There you go. I watched Jeopardy the other day. It's not the same without Alex Trebek.
Tell you what, I may try a long if it comes back in that value area low, but I don't have my thing set up yet.
The regular trading hour session?
Yeah, the regular trading hour value area low, if it bounces off that contract thing and contract BPOC, may have already done it. Oh, it sure did. Doggone it. I didn't have my chart set. Well, there it goes. So, yep. But I'd love to show like what the idea was.
Sure.
Let me put down a little kitten who came up here just in time. She's probably trying to keep me from trading.
Ha ha. You gotta love animals, huh?
I couldn't hold her for anything earlier. She had mouse practice earlier. And not a real mouse, but like, she likes to and demands that I help her with that. All right, so let me see here. All right.
Rian, do home sales generally affect the ES? They can, especially with the focus on the
Sure.
the housing sector as part of the overall economy and inflation. Everybody's afraid it's going to burst.
Okay, you have me up?
Yep.
Okay, so we come down and, got right to the value very low, then it came back up, it came back down again, and then there's the contract BPOC, hit it, and I was trying to get myself positioned. I was gonna fire off right here on a re-entry, and that would have been a nice take.
And
So that was the idea, just like a back end sort of on this level,
mhm.
and knowing that very often a contract BPOC, it's either going to turn around it. Usually it might get a bounce, and thinking about it context wise, I think maybe there's probably not big money doing repositioning at the moment. It's just short-term traders, a lot of retail traders. So we've got that indication already because of the way it trades. Of this is something learned from Dalton, that when you're trading mechanically, I think is the word he uses.
Yes.
Mechanical levels, it might indicate, because he's big on understanding who the other players are, other time frames.
Sure.
And that's where some of the concepts of like normal variation day or trend day, these indicate, or neutral and normal days, they indicate or help indicate who is in the market, So
Right. Right. And when the market is trading mechanically, like trading to a value area low, it's short time frame participation.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, that was the idea. I call this kind of a prairie dog, like look below, back in, whatever we want to say. I like prairie dog, but just, peeks out and pops back in, So I don't know. Now we may see it to the upside, because we're coming up on this. Let me scroll way down here. It seems back above the open. If we can get up here and take out this swing high or this TPO high and get above the pivot point and the settlement, that might indicate a little bit of a change, at least in the short term. So, and it might be something to trade against for an exploration to foray up here, because we've already kind of explored the downside, and now the options to the upside.
NASDAQ turned green.
I just handed it back.
Where am I? Where am I? Here we are. All right.
I'm starting to see some real pops in the price action, which might indicate some people, hitting the market buy button to get out of their shorts, possibly.
Yeah, and we have, basically negative delta against direction now, so there's a bit of a divergence there. Wouldn't say it's a
John is at 70.01, 37.01.
3701's VWAP, yeah.
So I'm gonna just do a stop entry. Well, maybe I can get in lower. I think it might pop if we get above that pivot point at 8.25.
You gonna stop into it?
Yeah, not my favorite entry, but I'm liking this. Okay, I'm hit, and I got filled a little bit above. Hopefully it won't slam back down on me.
Yeah, NASDAQ's
Okay,
good.
I'm out at 11.
Nice.
So I hit it with a 2 lot, so 17.6 total on that.
Nice. Nice trade.
I didn't mean to go 2 lot though. Problem.
The trading gods are your way.
I tell you what, if it isn't one thing, it's another. Yeah, but it worked out. So
Yes, Joe, you can trade the micro NASDAQ. That was a nice trade. That was a nice quickie.
those aren't my favorite entries unless I really, we're going into white space or something like that.
Mhm.
But just based on that, maybe I'll get a little more confidence based on those poppy, jerky things and that big move down. I don't know, just sort of something took over and said, stop into it.
Are you, if the market gives us another opportunity near value low from the regular trading hour session yesterday, would you go back to that well?
Because it's on the contract VPOC and it's above that 20 moving average, and let me look down here at that poor low from the overnight versus yesterday and see if it was a too short looking poor low. Well, I don't know. It wasn't like somebody was underneath buying a ton because, but it does look like it was just real thin and just the auction dried up.
Right.
So
last night too, right?
Yeah. So I think I would. I think this time though, they would probably come through that because I'm calling. I make a distinction between weak low and poor low. A poor low meaning two TPOs or two highs or two lows next to each other in the same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But because the reference is the mechanical reference, I'm calling that I call that a weak low. It's kind of weak because it usually comes and comes back through.
Right.
So if it comes back down, I wouldn't expect it necessarily. Like if it did start to move back up, and like it was going to come back through that value area low, I would expect it to get slammed down again until it comes through that contract VPOC, and then if it came back up, I would.
And your contract VPOC is, where is it again?
It is at 36.90 even. So that's using the regular trading hours going back to, I think, September 10th or August 31st or something. I put a little overlap in there. Actually, I can tell you in a second. Let me open up that.
All right, you put that white line on your VPOC there, which is actually right on this point of control here as well.
By the way, saying I wouldn't do that or take another dip at that well is my higher self talking. But like if we weren't in a group here and I was by myself and it came down there, I might completely lose sight of that. How it goes.
Yes, it is, and it's cheap. It's cheap.
Actually tried buying against that VWAP and just stop underneath that 36.95 area.
Just below VWAP here.
Yeah, I mean, you go even lower depending on how much you want to risk. Under
These candle body lows here.
Yeah.
And then you can risk to the extreme of this.
I don't know that you're going to get back down there, but it's just everything's gyrating.
This might be helpful if I share this chart for somebody who's interested in sort of messing with that.
Do we think that we want to? I'm not sure about value area high from yesterday, 37.22.
Go.
I think I'd wait for a test of the overnight high to see if it comes back in. And we're coming pretty close here we got 8 minutes to housing numbers. So did you want to show some again, Ben?
Yeah, this might be helpful because I've had it in a different chart book. So let me get back to that. I've shown this before. Okay, where's my?
Steve is saying, wait for the news.
Okay, if you got it here.
Yep, we got it.
Okay, so this is, and I haven't updated these in a little bit because I've been using a different chart book, but this has remained the same. So you have this purple line is the VPOC, and the date I'm using is from August 30th until now. So, and it's just the regular trading hours, which actually I need to update to 4 even Eastern. So it won't change that much probably, but that's the contract BPOC right here. And you can see how now we're above this.
Yep.
Um,
I'm
this
testing
one I
that
got
low volume
before.
node.
Yeah, so it's the same as like the way you do with the shoulders on a smaller time frame and all that. So anyway, that's all I want to share.
Thank you. We just test. Well, let's see something here. Do we want to test? Do we want to venture a cheap short at value high, yesterday's value area high, which is 37.22 relaunch? I gotta get a new chair. This thing is so squeaky. I don't even know you guys can hear it. Nice job, Joaquin.
Yeah, I saw that trade. Nice trade.
So I'm curious. I know a lot of people you deal with payouts and stuff like this. They're making tons of money to NQ. What kind of lot size are people typically using? Like, for example, I'd be interested to know. I know it makes huge moves, like crude oil does, or something sometimes, or gold. But like that was a pretty sizable little take there. Was that one lot?
He
two
said
lots?
he says he's trading 1 to 2 lots.
Oh man.
He said everything else is just too crazy. All right, so we've got 73% looking at value high for a short. I'll share this. But 53% participated in the poll, 73% yes. So if we have an idea for a stop loss, what is it?
Were you going to short at 37?
22. Value high.
What's that? On the left, you got what was it? A moving average coming across the top of those two?
Yeah, that's the second standard deviation of VWAP.
I'd probably put the stop above that.
Well, that's really where we're putting our. That's where we're getting in.
If you're going to sell against that, then put the stop above those highs.
Above the overnight high, right?
Well, not the wicks, but the yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Well, if I had your money.
So that's Alexandre is saying use a 10-point stop from yesterday's value high. So we're looking at a 10-point stop, which puts us above the overnight high.
Yeah.
I know we're trading micros, but I always think in terms of ES. So that'd be $500.
Right.
You know,
It's pretty big. But we don't have to take it all. We don't, even Dalton says if you should probably be able to recognize that a trade is going to fail before it gets to your stop.
yeah.
But
Get that sell. We're going to get that sell, John.
But is the trade actually invalid before it hits your stop?
Well, if we think we're going there,
You got that number coming out in 3 minutes.
Uh-oh. got here?
If you get hit on your cell, where are you gonna reel it in at? VWAP?
03. That would be a tasty trade.
I know. Steak dinner.
Well, knowing that a lot of times as we come into the next TPO, especially before news, there'll be a lot of people vacating their positions. I might try short if I can get it with like asymmetric against the A high.
Yeah, we got 1 minute here.
Might be too late.
Well, I keep saying in the NASDAQ, he likes the long if it closes this above 11,200. Here's the NASDAQ. NASDAQ does appear to be a little more buoyant, doesn't it? It's up a 0.5%. S&Ps are up 0.2%. Yeah, we do have a few talking feds later on, don't we? 11 o'clock Harker, 12:30 Central Jefferson, 12:45 Cook, Bowman after that. All right, what did the number come out? Existing home sales, 4.71 million, 10,000 more than they expected. However, there was an adjustment to last month's lower.
Yeah, by how much?
10,000, 20,000. They reduced it by 20,000, and today we had an extra 10,000.
I'm gonna stop in on this 4 high. I think it goes up there.
The day session here?
Yeah. I'd rather get long below, but I don't know what to make of that news. So I'm just trusting there might be still some short covering left in that period in the overnight.
And Dalton says, it doesn't matter what the news is, it's how the market reacts.
Right.
He says he doesn't even look at the numbers, just wants to know when they're coming out.
Okay, here we go. Come on.
Crazy.
I can hear Rick wrestling his dogs.
Yeah, the water delivery came.
Oh. Boy, oh boy, it's just hanging here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So are they accumulating or distributing? We'll find out. Stay tuned.
We've got positive delta of 1,000 now. That's congruent with direction. No divergence there.
Okay, I'm in.
There you go.
And I don't know how I got out, but I got like 8 ticks on a one lot.
Nice.
I think you're gonna get it.
That's maybe all she wrote.
Where did it get to? Half. All right, now we're in. Let's see what happens.
You're in.
Yeah.
All right, Mortimer, make it happen.
All I'm expecting is that something is going to happen.
Anything can happen.
What's the target?
We're looking at VWAP, which is 3703. If we
Oh my
can,
goodness.
if we can stay in it.
So he wants a steak dinner.
I mean, we're risking 10. 03 would be 20. That's right, Daniel. All we're expecting is something's going to happen. Can't be disappointed.
John, the middles are strong.
Of course they are. Beaks. Where's Beaks? Where the hell is Wilson? Get back in there and sell.
Should have named Lacey Beaks.
Not McLovin it myself.
Not me either. We're gonna get out of this. See if we can't get better trade location. All right, now we're cooking.
The C period yesterday, which was where we made the high, that was open test and dry basically. So there may be a lot of people that need to roll back their, that are going to get squeezed here. So I might have to stop entry the overnight high, honestly.
For a long?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, this isn't my normal way of doing it, but it's been working. Whoops, I accidentally dropped a limit. I'm flattening for 2 ticks. Okay, 1 tick. That's another thing I do sometimes. I forget to right click and left click.
Well, let's see here. We're going to see if we want to do that too. Take it or not. We going to stop in above the overnight high? $64, $60, yes.
I'm moving my stop to break even pretty quickly though. Sometime, there you go. All right, I got filled at 31. Gotta hang in here a bit.
We're in at 30 half with the stop at entry. We're out.
You flattened?
Yep. I put the stop at entry,
Oh, I see. I didn't hear that.
which I never do, but 61 agreed with that trade.
Come on. I'm liking that it's building volume up here, so
Yeah, it is.
I'm trying to get 34 half and get that. Go gadget, go.
Did you say you weren't McLovin that short we had?
Yeah.
Yeah, some decent volume up here. Delta's up $5,000 all of a sudden.
Only thing is, there's sellers taking the other side. I got stopped out.
All right, we just took the short back inside the overnight. And we're going to put the stop just above. We'll see if this flies.
I don't know. I kind of want to be long again, but I got to make back that 10 ticks, 8 ticks, or whatever it was. I think that was 9.
I'm not liking that it's hanging here.
Yeah.
I took the high again at 30.
Nice.
So maybe I should have given it some more room. That's what I call a churn and take. So they churned around that little area for a while, then dipped down, took people like me, and then go. And I'm out now, so I got that back end a little bit more. So
Nice.
another 6 ticks.
Nice job.
Thank you.
It's coming to get that weak high.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, the NAS is creeping up still.
I wish directional was so much easier, at least for me, because it just, I just get really discouraged by the choppiness, the back and forth sometimes, and I just can't hang with like huge stops.
Yeah, we always wish that we were, in a position that drives straight to profit target with no stops or gyrations, right?
The thing is, when I start to realize, well, that's what's going to happen. It's just going to take it more time. I give it more room, and then the next thing you know, it's just a disaster. And this happens to me still. It's not something I've quite nailed down yet. And I fall into that, maybe we can talk about psychology here. I fall in the trap of like, okay, I'm up this much. I can risk this much. I'll just be back where I started,
Yeah.
So I factor that in, and I realize I don't really want to give all that back.
No.
It's to become like a comedy of errors,
Well, I tell people all the time, if things are going well and you're building your account, you really want to start every day believing that you're starting from zero, because that money just gives you the boldness to risk more or move that stop, or, well, I got the money, and if you look at it the same way, trade by trade, you're up money, you want to keep it, you're starting from zero every trade.
I'm going to really think about that today. That's really important to me, because one thing that happens to me, and I would love to hear if this happens to anybody else, because I have a pretty good win rate, and so if I have a good morning, I start getting tired about mid to late morning. I think I should quit, but then I see one more opportunity, and I don't want to kind of mess up that shiny, record.
Right.
But maybe a strategy would be to always take a break at a certain time, come back, and like you said, then say I'm starting from zero if I'm going to start it off, and not think I've got this pile either I don't want to mess up or that I can spend. Anyway, that may be really helpful to me. I appreciate that.
And you can always, if you've put up a good day and you see something, or something comes to you, if you're going looking for it, you're in trouble. But if something comes to you and it's something you want to take, well, you can take it, and if it's a winning trade, that buys you another opportunity. Then you can see if there's another opportunity. You take that trade. If it's a winning trade, it buys you another opportunity. that first losing trade after making money, you can just call it a day.
No, that's a good idea too.
Joaquim has a question. If you're well in profits and you're still far from your profit, do you set the stop in the money where you're satisfied with the small money on that trade? I'm still working on figuring that out. Managing trades and trailing stops is an art form, Joaquim. I haven't mastered it yet. But a lot of it depends on what your expectation for the day type is. If we were long at the bottom here and we were thinking this was going to be an all day rally, you're probably not going to have a profit target. You're going to have to manage those wins following with a stop. And I always have a tendency to trail the stop too close, getting stopped out on a pullback, and then the market continues to go my way. And if I don't do that, the market will come and take the whole trade away. It seems as though if you do it, you shouldn't, and if you do, and if you don't, you should. Ben, yeah, right. Joaquim, Ben is mentioning something that I've always kind of kept. If I'm within 10% of a profit target, let's say I've got a 40 tick profit target and I'm within 4 or 5 ticks of that profit target, I allow myself just to take the trade at that level and call it a full profit target hit.
That's an art form too. I've been trying, I've told you how much I like that. And, it's kind of like a revelation to me. And I realize, when it does that, sometimes I find resistance with myself too, because there's that need to be right.
Right.
Like I pick that place to put the exit, and it's like it ought to hit it, and I shouldn't quit now. But the longer I'm in it, and it's just not getting to it, it's costing me emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
It's really wearing me out, and I'm really trying to tune into that. Like, okay, what is the cost? I can take another trade later that's better for that 4 to 5 ticks or whatever that I'm within the reach, instead of sitting here with the odds increasing second by second that it's going to reverse on me, and then I'll be further away from it. So I still haven't mastered that. I'm not like, yep, 10%, boom, And I say 10%. I mean, it could just be, I'm just looking at it.
Couple ticks.
Yeah. Percentage-wise, just like within.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm usually, if I, do have a good position on and I have a specific profit target, that profit target is always a little short of where I think it's actually going to go. Because we all know these levels aren't finite, they're zones.
Looks like it's getting a little top heavy.
Yeah. Still kind of bringing in some pretty decent volume up there.
What's a daily look like on the left?
This is the 30. Here's your daily.
So you got
last week's high.
I'm tempted to reload here at 31.
What was supports, now resistance.
Built up a little volume ledge at 31, and it's just above the overnight high. I might take a shot there.
Yeah, maybe we'll join you if we get the chance.
I need to make a full disclaimer here. I thank you very much that you've given me the opportunity to participate, in the panel and all that over the time. But, and I sometimes I think I trade real well in here, but I just want people to know I got problems, people. I still have a lot of problems. Like I don't always do the right thing, or I I make some bad mistakes sometimes.
Oh, and we all do. We all understand that. That's for sure. I've been at this a long time. If there's a mistake, I've made it many times.
Well, speaking for myself, I can tell you, I've heard you say that before, and knowing the years of experience, and it really is encouraging to hear that, because I've felt the same way, and it can be demoralizing, just doing the same dumb thing again and again, or new dumb things, and it just seems there's no end to ways you can figure out how to screw it up.
And once you get all the answers, the market's going to change the questions.
Right. Well, this morning I was trying to set up like the little trading thing here. I have no idea how this happened, but there's a whole list in Sierra chart of different kinds of order entries, and I couldn't get things to work. And it was on some order entry like triggered step trail stop limit I'd never heard of before, and it wasn't working. It's like, well, I missed it because I just had this problem I never had before, so I finally figured out what was wrong. Just cost a little bit of opportunity.
Yep.
All right, well, it's been working for me, so I gotta stop into this above the C period high. I'm gonna risk just below the C open from yesterday.
There it goes.
Okay, you got me. Yep. And hit my target, not filled at 43.5.
Oh,
There's only 34 traded there. Okay.
there you got it.
Got it. Yep.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job. So now we've taken out that poor high. Day trader in YouTube is saying sometimes it feels like he's invented new mistakes that no one has ever made before. Sometimes it seems that way, right? Boy, oh boy, this thing's got some legs to it, huh? 9,700 in positive delta now.
I'm looking at that TPO where it came down in the overnight on the 18th. That was like C period. It opened up near the prior TPO's high, took it out by a couple ticks, and then it drove down quite a ways. So I imagine there's some short covering going on here.
Well, it's getting late for me. I've got to get moving. I'll see if I can't trim these losses for us a little bit throughout the day today. And Rick, Ben, everybody, thank you for being here, participating, your thoughts, ideas. Thanks, everybody, for voting. And we will look for an opportunity next week, Monday, 2 o'clock. We're going to catch the closes.
I'm really looking forward to the time changes. I think that's going to be really great for this.
It's going to be fun. And so we'll look forward to it. See you all tomorrow morning on the forecast, and get out there and profit today. Trim.
Thanks, everybody. Trade well.
I'll trim these losses for us, and we'll start again Monday. Trade well, everyone.